What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, and welcome back to a loss against relegation side Parma, who conceded plus 50 goals, won 5 games this season, now 6, and they beat us. And actually, I'm not surprised, and I'm actually not even really angry at this moment in time, because usually I do not do this, but I told you so. And when I say, excuse me, I told you so, I don't talk to the regular people watching these videos, but to the handful of group who always come under the video and say, you're negative, this channel is negative. You're part of the banter era. You are part of the shit that we are watching. If you do not want to watch this channel, if you think this is negative, there are other channels out there. You can go there and watch whatever they have to say. Everybody has his opinion or their opinion. No need to come out and call me negative for actually caring about this club and having some standards, having respect for this club instead of lying to yourself, because that's what you're doing. If you saw anything positive since Tudor took over, when I did my video post Roma and I said it's the same thing, and all the comments were like, you're lying, it's not the same thing. What about now? What about now? How, I need to call it out, how of a fool can you be to believe that things were going to be different when we sacked Motta, after the players were leaking stuff, after the players, the apparent leaders of these clubs, were putting up cryptic messages on Instagram and crap like that? You guys, and again, a group of people, chose to defend those players over the good of the club, you know? Tudor is not a good coach. I'm not here to throw Tudor under the bus. He's not a good coach. Like, he's not a coach for a top team. It's as simple as that. I don't expect anything from him. I don't expect him to get top 4. I told you that weeks ago. Even when Motta was there, I was like, the sacking with 9 games left made no sense. The club is trying to save their face, and the players are getting away with it. The same players who were bad against Lecce. You know, they showed up. I praised Tudor for somehow getting a tune out of these players for 60 minutes. But after that, it was bad. Against Roma in that second half, I was right. It was bad. Today, it was horrendous. It's one of the worst games we played this season. And there's no Motta to blame. There's Tudor to blame, who's just here. But the only guys who should be blamed and didn't get blamed all this time, yeah, were the players who are still at the club and are getting away with it and getting backed by a lot of these people saying this is negative. I've watched this club win 9 in a row. I watched their first game in Serie B. I remember that. Away to Rimini. I remember that game. So if you want to think I'm negative, fine. But I've seen how good this club can be. And I'm not going to praise the most basic of things when I hear things like DNA, when Pjanic was talking rubbish after 1 week saying the Juve DNA is back. Absolute lies. Absolute lies. How can you say that after 1 week of training sessions and one horrible game as well? It wasn't a good game, the first game we won, you know, against Genoa and stuff. And people were like, the DNA is back, you know, and everybody was eating that rubbish up. That's the issue at this club right now. Nobody has standards at this club. When Giuntoli is talking pre-game saying we want to go work with Tudor, let's see, you're lying. Nobody's believing that. And if you believe that, you do not respect or love this club. That was bad. That was bad for a club that needed to win to get top 4 against a relegation side and absolutely have no shots on target. Let's be honest, there was no shot on target. I could have been in goal and I would have not conceded today. There was nothing to do. That's what you put out there. The same performances. Locatelli, bad. Cambiasso, shocking. Gonzalez, rubbish. Vlahovic, rubbish. Colomani, bad. Kelly, rubbish. It's just bad all over the place. There's nothing in this squad. This squad is weak. These players are weak. Tudor is not the answer. These players are not the answer. Sacking Motta was not the answer. I can go on and on and on and on. It's not negative. I want this club to win. You think I'm happy to come on and talk about this? I'm not. This is a hobby, by the way. You know, this is just for fun. It should be fun doing this. This is not fun. There are times I'm skipping videos because it's not fun anymore to talk about this club. I talk, and then there are comments saying, you're negative. You're negative. This channel is negative. Is it negative or is it just real? This is bad. This is really bad. We're competing with Bologna and Lazio, and we're losing out. And player and people and fans are talking about, oh, but Tudor is the DNA of this club, and Gatti shows the grinta, and McKennie did. They're rubbish. It's bad all over the place. I've said it for weeks. Do not care about these players. If they get sold, I'm not gonna lose sleep. None of these players are going down in the history books of this club. When I see things as Danilo popping up again, he's rubbish as well. You think he's gonna save us? You think that's the missing link? When people are defending players like Perin, we're throwing a coach under the bus with words, and everybody's speaking pre-game. This time is Kelly. Oh, it's a more attacking thing. That's what we love to do. 0 shots on target. This is what you want to do? They all talk, and the fans eat it up. And then they put in this rubbish performance. Gonzalez, the previous game, saying, everybody knows I'm better on this side of the pitch. Puts in a stinking performance last week. Puts on a horrendous performance again this week. And fans were like, you see, it was Motta. He was not freeing him up. Really? Is it that? It's the same players. It's the same squad. It's the same thing over and over again. It's the same result. It's the same bad performances. It's the same issue. I'm not going to spare Tudor because you took on the job. And you thought you were ready for the job. You're not, because you're a decent coach. You're not a good coach. You're not good enough to get any tune out of this rubbish bunch of players, weak players. And again, if you want to sit there and say this is negative, fine. Don't leave a comment. Just skip, unsubscribe, and piss off. If you actually care about this club, you call this out. You spare nobody. I do not care about anyone but the club. And the problem is, the club is the problem. The management is the problem. It stems down from them. It starts from them. And I've been calling them out. But I'm going to call out everybody because nobody at this club right now is worthy to be at this club. And it's time to call it all out. It's not about negative. It's not about dividing. This is bad. Have you watched today's game in the situation we're in? We still need to play Lazio and Bologna, and people think we're going to get top 4. We had nothing to show for against Parma, of all teams. Parma, fighting relegation, won 5 games this season, conceded out over 50 goals, and we didn't have one single decent chance. And you can hype up whatever crap, grinta and DNA buzzword and whatever it is, fine, do that. But that's the result you get, and you're getting week in, week out for the next I don't know how many years if you keep backing this absolutely dog shit of performances. It is what it is. There's no need to be nice right now. We haven't won for ages. It feels like 5-6 years, and people are still accepting this. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm out. I've had enough. I'm gonna watch some real football right now. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.